it is Thanksgiving. I hope that everybody out there had a really good Thanksgiving. Now, I don't really expect to have too many people in here right now for various reasons. Number one, the awesome Michael Pilmer is doing a show, if I remember correctly. I think it started less than an hour ago. So I know he's pretty good. He is big Devo and Dickies fan. I'm starting to get into both bands, which is nice. Not only that, hey, how are you? I know everybody, of course, is probably, how you doing, Mick? Everybody is busy with their turkey celebrations. Originally, I was going to shoot this mid-afternoon, but too many things kind of got in the way, and then I cooked dinner. I had the house to myself, guys. It's a rare moment around here in the Psyko household. I pretty much have had a peace and quiet house since about noon today, and I think that was pretty good, all things considered. I got to I tried to sleep in. That didn't go real well, but I got to make a couple phone calls to my daughter and my mom. My mom's 76. She just turned it. She spent Thanksgiving, unfortunately, by herself up in Northwest Illinois. She had a better Thanksgiving meal than me because I sort of fucked up my Thanksgiving dinner. I kind of did. Maybe it's because my heart wasn't in it. I'm not sure. I'm a decent cook usually. I really am. I can cook. But I have no one to blame but myself on this. Either I overcooked or undercooked my turkey dinner. I decided to call this episode the Golden Turkey Trot Edition because I'm the Golden Turkey, ladies and gentlemen. What I mean by that is boy, am I a turkey, right? So I've just been thinking a lot about different things, so bear with me, okay? The one person that's watching, thank you. You must be bored. No, I'm teasing. I got to watch about 2-3 minutes of the Bears-Lions game. I don't know if the Bears won or not. I know we were winning at the first half, but the Bears suck this year, which is a bummer. But the Lions suck worse. I couldn't get over the 0-9-1 record. I'm like, seriously? So hopefully the Bears won. But I digress. So, I've been thinking about a lot of things. The holidays, last couple of years, the holidays my heart's not in it. I've tried. Okay. Maybe it will happen again, I hope, because I'm with somebody that I love very dearly, and she loves holidays, all right? And I want to have that back. You know what I'm saying? And I think her energy and her love of having those special moments and celebrations will help get me back into the swing of things, per se. I am very thankful. This is not a all complain broadcast. I'm very thankful for having a roof over my head, and my children and my grandchildren are healthy. I have a mom that so far for what it is, she's all right. Nothing too major. My beautiful goth angel. I know, things come and go with her, but I understand that. We're not going to get into specifics. And I lost a friend this week. He kind of did it to himself. His name was Jordan. He passed away Thursday afternoon Thursday. What am I talking about? Today's Thursday. Yesterday afternoon, between 12 and 1 in the afternoon, after weeks and weeks of hospitalization, liver shut down, kidney shut down, had pneumonia and COVID at the same time. And he was in his 30s. It's the best answer I can give you. If you think Psycho can get crazy sometimes, like you guys get to see some of the craziness. My buddy Jordan was amped up times 5 or times 10. He was like a brother from another mother, at times. I really enjoyed his friendship and his company. He would make work bearable. Okay, I worked with him for about 6 to 9 months. And I just didn't, JJ, how are you, JJ? Well, listen, I don't know, JJ. I guess I'm not saying it for, I'm trying not to have a pity party here today, because normally Psycho's not like that. Paul's not like that. All right. It's just I've been thinking about a lot of things today. I think the silence that I've had today, which was good, just made me think about a lot of things for the year. And the passing of Jordan just happened so quick, not quickly, excuse me, but so recent. Because truthfully, in my world, we had a little bit of death in the beginning of the year. Then we had a few months of nothing happening, no medical crises at all. I thought for 2 seconds my mom maybe was going to have to go in, but she didn't, thank God. Well, you know what? And that's the thing. Keeping it. That almost reminds me of the Chappelle sketch, when keeping it real goes wrong, and all that other. No, don't, Granny. Anywho, I know. Once again. So, the thing is that, like I said, I'm very thankful for having healthy family. I hate my job. I really damn do. I dread going in every day, but I'm grateful I have a job. Okay. I know a lot of you people out there maybe still don't have a job, or the COVID nonsense is keeping you from going back into the workforce. I don't know. And for those people, I am very sorry for. But yeah, keeping it real. That reminds me, though, JJ, of an incident that, oh my God. All right. So last night I was on a broadcast. I know there's only 2 people watching, but I was on a broadcast last night. I was going to do one last night, actually. But, by the time I came home, my heart wasn't in it. I was tired, you know how it is day before Thanksgiving. If you're in retail, it's kind of bullshit. So I'm like, let's see who's on here in the VC network. Oh, did you? Okay, good. Because I'll tell you something. Hey, Trekker, how are you? I loved being on that stream despite my Ecuadorian internet problems, which after Monday, I'm hoping will be resolved. I'm not promising that, but my router is really going to shit. I've realized this, and I'm probably due for a new one. I've had it for a little over 2 years, and I think it's burned out. I know all too well. Yeah, working at Kohl's for 14 years. Ain't that something, JJ? Ain't that something? You didn't have Thanksgiving off last year at Kohl's, huh? See, I'm surprised you didn't. But yeah. But you know what? No offense. This is the damn way it should be. We should all have here in America Thanksgiving and Christmas off. Now, I know I'm bitching about this because let's face it, there's a lot of people that can't have those days off. The people that work at the hospitals, police, fire, all that other stuff. Okay, and that I understand. Veteran, the soldiers. I get it. I totally get it. So I really just shouldn't be bitching about anything really about that. Right. When we went into retail, we sort of half knew what we were getting into, but we didn't know the whole picture. It took like for you, JJ, it's been 14 years. Next, what is it, 2 weeks from now, it'll be 14 and a half for me at Wally World in this trip. I did 6 years before. So I've been 20 and a half years with this establishment. And this company gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But let me get back to the get back. No, we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. Yeah, I saw the part 1. I did. So the thing is that all right. So 8-9 months ago, I started doing these live streams. Anybody that knows the history of Psycho's Platters, which in 11 years, it'll be February. In 11 years in February, this channel has existed. Okay. But the live streams have only been for the last 8 to 9 months. And believe it or not, if I want to call out some people as far as to what caused me to start going on live stream, you know what? I'll tell you something, Trucker. I don't want to say I have the golden shift, but I guess saying being 14 years in a company has its benefits. So I mean, I've worked all shifts in the company, but I do what I do, like the 9/6s or 10/7s. Okay, that's what I do. So I don't mind that. But I've done all the shifts. I've done overnights. I've done all kinds of shit. So, but I've been doing this channel for almost 11 years. And I'm not going to lie. I really don't give a shit about sub count. I really don't. To me, it's a game. It's fun. It's fun to me. It's like, okay, can I get some subs? If I don't, I don't. It's not going to kill me. I'm not like certain individuals that go off and whore for subs. I know whore is such a strong word, but you know what I'm saying. That kind of attitude. All right. I think everybody should do their channels for the hell of it. We are the VC. Every one of us, good or bad, that do videos in the VC are part of the VC. It's not any one person. It's not the Mighty Psyko. It's not, let's see. It's not, I don't know. Should I throw some examples out? It's not JJ. It's not Rach. It's not Mazzy. It's not Brother Brian. It's not Dickie Dolan. It's none of us. None of us are the VC. All of us are part of the VC. Now, some of us in the VC should be a little more behaved, a little more, I don't want to say civilized, because that sounds too much like this. I'm not going to lie. I do watch some channels, and some of them smack of pretension. And you know what? I remember you said, JJ, that you were going to do that. You're right. I saw the Waukesha film in 2 different angles. Still can't get over that. But can anybody here tell me, why did I catch a brief news thing about Brunswick, Georgia? What happened in Brunswick, Georgia today? I have not been on too much on social media. Okay. So I think, out of all honesty, common sense and respect for the individual. Yes, I'm throwing a Walmart term, but respect for the individual fits, because respect for the individual and common sense should be like this when you're in the VC or when you're in public. Okay. If you're doing your own stream, you respect the people that are on your stream, whether or not they're in the peanut gallery like you guys are for the moment. I don't know. I may invite somebody on if you care to, but I think it's mostly going to be one of these. So I respect the people in the peanut gallery just as much as I respect my people in my studio audience here. Okay. And we're all supposed to be here for what? A common share of love of music, and maybe all of us together learning stuff from each other. When I started Psycho's Platters almost 11 years ago, when I was doing my episodes, and I'm not patting on the back. I'm just throwing a statistic. I've done 329 episodes. The last 10 have been music reviews. I get that. And I love doing those because it seems to help. I've gotten very little negativity on my music reviews, and am just being honest. I believe in being honest. I can love something and I can dislike something without having to be acidic or acerbic. Yes, I'm using Scrabble words. So rounding about to what I'm getting at is last night, I was happy and content to be on the panel of a higher VC channel. Okay. I'm not a big jazz fan per se, but I dabble a little in it. And there was a few people, and there was a guy that, you remember that good old Sesame Street song, which one of these things is not like the other? Which one of these things doesn't belong? Yeah, I saw out of the three people that were on there all around at that time, I said, one of these just doesn't damn belong. Although at the beginning of the said appearance, that person was being all right. I'm like, okay. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I try not to judge on first impressions. I've been like that most of my life. And I thought I'd let you know, not that you asked, I'm not a racist. But are we all prejudiced? Yes, we are. We are all prejudiced. And I know some of you people are going to go, well, Psycho, wait a minute. What's the difference between racist and prejudiced? Racist is when you go off and you hate or dislike a certain group of society in the world. Good or bad, whatever. That's racist. Prejudiced is likes and dislikes, not from race, but from society in general. In other words, lack of common sense could be a prejudice. Stupidity, shallow thinking. Now, I don't want to say that prejudice is attached to snobbiness. Far from it. Far from it. But what I am saying is that everyone that lives and breathes has prejudices. And if you say you don't, you're a liar. So a certain individual who they know who they are, but I don't think he ever sees my channel, but I know some of the people that come on this channel are part of his channel. But I don't care what he thinks. What I'm saying is that it's okay to be welcomed, and you get a little loud because you're maybe excited. God, we're all excited about music, right? We're all excited about our favorite people, whether it be the Beatles or Monkeys for me, or Nectar, or the Who, or there's tens of thousands of names. You may be the biggest fan of some offshoot band that maybe only made 145, and you're excited. So when you want to tell those other people, you're like this. You're like a little kid again. That music can do that. But in the words of Nigel Tufnell, there's a fine line between stupid and clever. And it was crossed last night in the stream I was in. Not patting myself on the back, I'm not. I stayed relatively quiet in that stream, if you guys watched. And that was simple because I have my listening ears on. Certain people did not have their listening ears. When you're going to have a StreamYard conversation, like a Brady Bunch thing, 9 squares, okay? Yeah, it's a little hard to keep up with 8 people that could be talking at the same time. But you do your best, and hopefully not everybody stomps on each other's conversations. Now, I've been guilty of that once or twice, but I will say this. Part of it, I think, is because of my internet connection. Seriously, I do sometimes have up to a couple second delay. So it's not intentional most of the time when I stomp on people's conversations. Another thing, hey, I ain't judging here. We all have our drinks. For example, this is always powered by coffee each and every time. But there was days in my younger years, in my 20s and 30s, I was an alcoholic. Now, some people said after I talked about this in a deeper length that some people question my technical alcoholism because I can now go weeks, months, years without having a drop. I don't need it. In the 20s and 30s, I was a little using it more as a crutch. There's one thing, what is it? What famous person said, there's success in moderation. And that's in anything. That's in drinking coffee. That's in, like, I have an eating disorder. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm having some problems. I'm fat. I'm very, very fat, and I'm having problems because I don't want to stop eating. I don't know what to do, and I'm kind of scared. All right. So that's my problem. That's my fault. That's on me. So in other words, people out there need to own up to their own problems. The certain individual made an apology video, a little too late in my opinion. That's just me though, saying it on the outside looking in. I understand why the person that ran the stream attempted to have said person on. It was called the passing of the olive branch per se. But some people won't change. And I know I'm sounding like a self-help book. I know I sound like I had a few, didn't I? But I didn't. Just coffee. It's not an Irish coffee. I haven't had one of those in a while. But wait a minute, Greg, are you saying that alcoholism killed your nephew? Is that what you're saying, Greg? And I understand about your network is shit too, huh? Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm really going on here. You know, I didn't come up with anything real, and maybe I will show a couple records in a little bit. But I'm not going to be on too long because it's Thanksgiving, damn it. And half of us probably have to go to work tomorrow. I know I have to. Maybe some of you guys have a 3-day weekend, and more power to you, or then some. I guess where I'm going in my little long-winded rant is I think certain people have to have more common sense and maybe need some help. Maybe they, oh God, see, exactly. Okay. I'm sorry about that, Greg. I really am. 37 is way too damn young. But the thing is that there's a certain group in this VC, and I won't mention names, but they know who they are, and they'll report back to said person, and I don't give a shit. I grew up, I don't talk about this very much, but I'm going to here. You cannot accuse that Psycho does not be honest and as best as possible and share some shit he probably shouldn't share. I was in special ed from kindergarten to fourth grade. Now, I'll tell you why. I don't mind telling you why. This is the 70s we're talking about. Okay. So you're talking 1972 to 75 ish. And I'd have to go every day down to the school nurse and have a small amount of Valium. Yeah, they used to treat kids with Valium. The terminology, what would be termed today for me, was I had ADD or ADHD. I was a hyperactive child. They called it hyperactive back then. It was not ADD, ADHD. But because I was hyperactive, they thought something was wrong with me. And that's why K through 4, I was in special education classes. The problem was, and I'm not patting myself on the back, I'm just telling you that I excelled in all these damn classes. By the time to the point of, because I also had a teacher that did not care for me. And oh my God, 3 kids behind. Oh God. And so finally they figured it out. So by 5th grade, I was put into regular classes and I did very well. Why am I telling you this? Because I know how it is to be bullied. All right. I got through it. It was not pleasant. Maybe some of you people got bullied in elementary school, junior high, high school. Hell, maybe as an adult. I had enough one day. And my high school fight record was 1 win, 1 loss, and a tie. But the win was against a motherfucking bully. Because he wasn't only bullying me, he bullied about 6 to 10 of my friends. I had enough. And there really was no reason for the bully. He was just being a dick. He was being a dick because he had the art, and it wasn't really an art, of making people small. That's not good. That's not healthy, and it's not good. And sure, it makes the bully feel more powerful and taller, and maybe they even take great jollies off of it. But the problem here is they destroy a lot of lives too. Words can hurt, actions can hurt. Yeah. Hi, Hudson. Good to see you. And I just don't think it's right. So yeah, that's right. That's right. And that person had the gall to make a stream immediately after being banished. And he was banished a couple times for being loud and drunk. Yeah, drunk. And he turns it around and accuses racism. That is the most stupid, short-sighted, convoluted bullshit I ever heard. Now, I know talking about this does bring attention. Yeah, good. It needs to bring attention for the right reasons. Fuckers like him and others that act like that do not deserve a social platform. And as far as, like I said, my alcoholism, the reason why I brought up the alcoholism, okay? One day I knew I overdid it. I had too much. Now, I'm not going to say I went cold turkey, but I would say probably within a 2-month time frame, I went from drinking heavily to nothing. And I was better for it. You have to pick and choose your battles in life. bullying on a social platform is not one of them. And I'll tell you something. Like I said, I've been on 11 years. I started watching, and I'll tell you who are the ones that got me to go on to live stream. Was Rachel the Music Ma'am and Richard Dolan. Those two got me on to doing live streams. And I'm like, if these two can do it, and they were entertaining. They are entertaining in their own rights. And that was, believe it or not, the reason why, now we're talking about 9 months ago now, okay, why I subbed to the person that was in question of yesterday's stream. Because back then, he played music. He played some cool shit, I'll tell you. I was in the peanut gallery for his early streams. Because I'm like, man, the music was mind-blowing what he was playing. Because I have a notebook. Everybody's got a notebook, I know that. But I jot stuff down. I jot stuff down if I like it. And this well, thank you. But like I said, I'm not patting myself on the back. It's just I'm trying to give a point. Oh, all right, Dave, aka Dean Martin. So when I subbed to his channel, awesome music, awesome stuff. I commented maybe one out of every other episode, maybe one every 3 episodes. Hey, what are you playing? Because I know a lot of people that play stuff on the live streams. They don't put maybe a header of what they're playing, like Patrick the Vinyl Archivist does, which I wish everybody, I'll admit, if you're going to play records in the VC, can you please put a little banner if you have the ability so we know what you're playing, because we may all get turned on to stuff. And the said individual turned me on to 1 or 2 artists. So I thank him for that. But somehow along the way, between about 9 months ago and I'd say about 4 or 5 months ago, something went ugly. I don't know. I know there was some personal problems that I will not divulge from what I heard. And okay, people get angry, people get upset. Life happens. Shit happens. It happens in our world, happens here, happens out in the world. So, I just don't like bullies in this damn VC. They piss me off. Okay? They piss me off. And I don't give a shit what religion, race, gender, okay? I could give 2 shits about any of that because that's their damn business. That's not my business. That's the person's business. Nobody else's. And everybody else should shut their fucking mouths about it. Now, I am not Moses and speaking with a big stick trying to part a fucking Red Sea in the VC. I'm just saying that I think last night made something snap in me. Okay? I love you people out here. That ain't no fake love. Okay? It ain't this. It ain't Ringo. You guys take time out to watch me. Well, you take time out to watch a 54-year-old crazy man who tries to make things interesting. You want to know why? Because there's enough shit in the world. I mean, shit, bad stuff in the world. We're all living it. And I thank you people out there that do the channels. I thank you. I try to watch you guys as much as I can with the time I have. I mean, let's face it, I got a bunch of good people in here. I see Kevin. I see JJ. Dave, I know you're half cool. We've dealt with you before. Tim Allen, Hudson's awesome. I mean, Let's see who else. Of course, Mick was one of my earliest ones. Greg too. I mean, you guys are something else. I'm still scrolling up here. You guys are all Trekker too. All you guys are awesome people for coming here. And you know what? I have not once in all the broadcasts have ever had to call out anybody. I've never had to call out anybody because people respect here. This is a no drama zone. I respect the people in the peanut gallery. I respect the people on here. Guess what I'm going to do? Let's have just a smidgen of fun, shall we? I know you guys are probably sick of me being on a soapbox. Please forgive me today. I'm not apologizing for what I'm saying. I'm just saying, please forgive me for the rant. I'm one of these people that I apologize when I think I need to apologize, and I really am sorry for what I did. Although, as I have learned throughout my life, sorry is the most useless fucking word in the English language because you can't take back what you did in whatever it is. And saying, I'm sorry, it's a weak-ass Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid that falls off the first 2 seconds you're in a swimming pool. Yeah, Ollie, I don't rant too much around here. I mean, I don't have the intensity of a Joe Mayo rant, okay? He's the king of rant as far as I know. They should make a Broadway play called Rant. Now I'm just fucking with everybody. But I love you guys. I really do. You guys have helped me through a bunch of shit that you guys don't even really know about. Some of it I don't mind telling you guys, but some of it I do keep in. Correct. You know what? You hit it right on the damn nail. You hit it on the damn nail. Okay. With Goth Angel, I love her so much, and I don't know. This last couple weeks have been hairy. I love her. I love her to death. But I sometimes think I screw up somehow, and I don't even know I screw up. And I'm like, I don't know what to say. I know she's heard the word sorry from so many people, and I'm trying not to be that person, but I don't know what else to say when I'm genuinely feel bad about something that happens. We're all human. We're all human. We make mistakes. The people that think they don't make mistakes are so out of touch with themselves and reality. Yeah, all right. I want to, like I said, I appreciate my 8 people watching. I had 10, but I understand things. So do you mind my shifting topic for a second, please? Because I think I've done enough. I'm not going to say anymore. You guys get the point. And I leave my streams up so other people, if they choose to want to see them, they can see them. I have nothing to hide. If you're a Beatles fan, did you go take a look at Get Back Part 1 today? I did. I was a little late to the game. I am not going to be one of those. I know there's some people out there that wanted to post early reaction videos, and I was thinking about doing a reaction video, but I'm not going to do a reaction video because I'll just tell you here. I just got done watching it about an hour ago. And I liked it. I really did like it. I know that the first 10 minutes was the history of the Beatles, which I'm like, fine, you have to set up the piece. I get it. Then after that, I like that. You watched it twice. If it wasn't 2 hours and 37 minutes, I probably would watch it again. But in this case, probably I will wait. Here comes another person. Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, you.
So what I liked, what I took away from part 1 is, boy, they did so good in the restoration. Number one, I I felt like I was there, or I was a fly on the wall, as opposed to that Let It Be movie from '70. It just was a lot clearer, a lot sharper for what they could do. The second thing was, I liked the little snippets of songs that they never really got to work on, but there it is. So you're like going,
Yeah.
oh, they're going to work on Give Me Some Truth a little bit. Oh, good. He's playing Another Day on the piano. I'm like, that stuff got me. I love that stuff. And then they would just get silly, like they did with the No Pakistanis version of Get Back. And they put, I love that they would quickly put the explanations to things so that you had faces to names, or the stories to everything. I think that, I think the whole thing, yeah, Ollie, that's right. Good, 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 good. That's what. Yeah, that's right. That you spent the day with the Beatles. I would probably say that. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just think it was damn awesome. And I like the way that they cut it for part two.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they had that itty bitty bit of footage that you saw. And I'm like, but I felt a little dread when he said those words. I'm going, oh, because you're like, it was coming. You always heard about it, but you never heard him say it
Yeah.
until that moment. And I'm like, that last 20 minutes of that film, he looked lost. He looked upset. He looked pissed. And I'm just like, what do you know what, Hudson? You're up here. What's your take? What did you get out of it? Tell me some things.
I am absolutely in love with it. It's everything that I expected. And do you actually want to hear Michael Lindsay Hogg's take on it?
Yes.
Here.
Yes. Keep going.
So this is what he wrote to me in an email yesterday. He's done a great job.
Excuse me, who?
Michael Lindsay Hogg.
No kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's done a great job, Hudson, and I'm so glad so much of it is finally out in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And just, I love it. I am, thanks to everyone involved in that project. I mean, it there's just so many facets to this movie so far, this documentary. Some of it I can't even put into words, but he was right. Michael and Peter, both, with their points of view, and how, going through, what was it, the 56 hours of video? I think,
Yeah.
or whatever, yeah, and finding at least some moments of levity, and I'm just like, good, because I know you saw that original Let It Be. I think everybody that's a Beatle fan around now has seen that Let It Be, at least.
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
You have not?
I can't get a hold of it.
Right. Excuse me. Right. And that's the thing. It's not a revisionist take, and I'm glad. I'm glad that he didn't go in that direction. And yes, it was long. I will confess, 2 hour 37 that's maybe, I'm trying to think, other than a Marvel film, I don't think I've put for that long on any other film. I'm thinking, though, you really can't really edit that down much more than that. You really can't. I thought it did get a slightly long in the tooth only once or twice, but I mean, if you're going to go that way with it, I mean, we're talking like 5-10 minute trim at the most. You really can't go that farther than that. I think it was about as close as perfect for a part one that you were going to get. And part two is 3 hours. So I mean, of course, we know what's going to start at, but it's like, okay, now, I mean, in seeing this and hearing all the ideas getting thrown about, hey, let's go to let's go to the Tripoli and a boat and a this and a that. And I'm going, okay, you're the Beatles. And yes, you could do some far-fetched things, but it was just bearing down on anybody, especially George going, well, where are we going to pay for it? He goes, we're still paying on Magical Mystery. And I laughed out loud on that one because I'm going, I bet you were. And so I just think that, yeah, like I said, it's like spending a day with the Beatles. It was fly on the wall, no revisionist crap. And yeah, it says, Doc says, well, they did have hours and hours of footage. That's right. So we're looking at what, about 7.5 total? Right, 7.5, a little more than that total for the 3 parts. Am I right on this? Okay.
Yeah.
And forgive me, maybe one of you two or somebody out in the peanut can tell me who was the source of the article that went off and said when this thing gets physical media, and somebody threw the word of April out. I do not know how true that is, but that's what I heard, that there might be another 4 hours of bonus footage.
Oh, wow.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, I've heard that too, but I also heard that according to Peter Jackson, no. So I don't know.
By the way,
I don't know if you heard about
ignoring you.
I don't know if you heard about the interview that Ken Michaels on his program got with Peter Jackson the other day. He got a 4-hour interview with that guy. It's the longest interview he's done with anyone.
Is that archived, Tim, that I can go hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not. I haven't seen it yet because I haven't had 4 hours to watch it.
Exactly.
But I'm looking very much forward to it. It's on. I don't even remember the name of Ken Michaels' show that it's on.
Things
He
We
does
Said
a couple
Today.
of them. I think it's on that one.
Things We Said Today. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was such a good interview. Because,
like I said,
I will confess I've only seen little bits of it so far.
I'm going to have to split that up
what I've
in
seen
2-hour blocks.
Is just fantastic.
Very impressed. Very impressed. If I had more thumbs, I'd give more thumbs up for it because I was pleasantly
especially with what they had, because 56 hours sounds like a lot of footage, and it is a lot of footage, but this is over a month. And what the cameraman kept doing, and McCartney kept going to hog and saying, we don't want this, is they'd shoot like a minute of something and then they'd stop and they'd move on to something else. So what Jackson has had to do is go in and find footage that sort of matches the sound. The tape recorders were going the whole time, but the film wasn't.
Thank God.
Right.
So there's a lot of missing footage that they wish they had, but they don't.
Right.
So he had to go in and do what he could do. And that's what, if you watch the original film, you see it's very, very choppy. I mean, they're doing songs, all of a sudden there'll be a cut in the song and there'll be another. That's because that's the footage that they shot. It was
right. Somebody on YouTube, now this is a year or two ago, put up, but it wasn't the whole movie. It was in parts though, and I don't think it lasted very long. It did get taken down, but Apple was talking about in 2001, so we're talking 20 years ago. They were trying to clean it up to whatever 2001 specifications for a DVD. And that got taken off the shelf. But I got to see the clarity of the 2001, what do you want to call it, restoration of the rooftop scene. I got to see that, and they showed a comparison from the VHS of 86. And I'm telling you, it blew my mind, even for those specs. So to see this and what he did with it so far, I can't wait till part 3 to see that scene and go, oh, I mean,
it looks I mean, it was shot on 16 millimeter. I mean, it looks fantastic.
See, I didn't know that, but it
wasn't even shot on 32. It was shot on 16 millimeter.
See, if anybody would know, it'd be you. Seriously.
Yeah, and what they did with that film is amazing.
Let's see. Jack says Beatle fans will love it. Not sure wider audiences, but oh, now I'm going to have the. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Not sure wider audiences will say, well, that's true. You got a point there, but see, that's when maybe, just maybe, when that physical media gets dropped, then outside fans just might choose to watch it in like somebody earlier in the stream said they was watching it in 45-minute clips. You know, people that are maybe not regular Beatle fans, maybe will do that. I mean, it's going to garner new fans, okay? Just because, you know, I mean, let's face it, they're talking about this in all the damn media outlets in the press. It's like these kids will go, huh, heard about the Beatles, but well, and that gets them hooked. And I cannot remember whose stream it was over the last week where they were not in the Beatles. And I'm sorry, but there's one thing that I think that maybe everybody here could agree upon or pretty close to agree upon. The Beatles were a very large gateway.
Right.
If you want to call it like gateway drugs, the Beatles was a large gateway. Most people had to go through the Beatles to get to all the other stuff that everybody likes.
I've recently done a video that involves that very thing. I haven't posted it yet. It starts out my premise. I've been doing, this is my second one. I've been doing videos called Just a Thought or Just an Idea or so. I can't remember what they're even called. But my first one was the origin of box sets. This one is how important was Hamburg? What if the Beatles didn't go to Hamburg? And that all stretches into it because my supposition is if they didn't go to Hamburg, they wouldn't have made it.
No, they wouldn't have.
And who knows if anybody else would have made it.
Right.
Who knows what music would be like today or 20 years ago or whatever if the Beatles didn't go to Hamburg. That's huge.
Scary. Scary to think.
So anyway, I'm going to post that video next couple days.
Lawrence Welk could have made a comeback. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
The world would have gone spiraled into quicker hell.
You don't know, because, I mean, I know the Stones and the Beatles had a huge, Stones fans, Beatles fans, huge divide, whatever. But Stones came in, especially to America, but really everywhere, on the coattails of the Beatles, as did everyone else. Yep. And if the Beatles didn't make it, and one of my things is a lot of people don't know this, but after they went to Hamburg and they got thrown out and they're hanging out in Liverpool and they finally got the Cavern gig, the Cavern posters and everything said, direct from Hamburg, the Beatles. And a lot of people originally thought they were German and went to see them because they knew the bands in Germany were good. And just the Beatles from Hamburg got an audience in the Cavern that might not have ever seen them.
Pretty slick, but that was right.
Yep.
Pretty slick.
So,
I'll tell you this, and I'm being wholehearted here. If I had a chance for a day and I had a time machine and it had to be musical, you couldn't go back and kill Hitler or stop JFK or something. So you were told you could go back in time for one day and catch some music event. It would be 6162 Cavern Club. That's what it would be. And I'm like, I want to be in that sweaty, dank, damp fucking cellar listening to those four. That's what I want.
It would have to be the 76 Wings tour. Hands down.
That would have been nice. Especially because they came to Chicago for, I think, 2 dates. I think.
Yeah.
I might have wanted to be on the roof.
God. To be on the roof.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Oh God. That would be. As long as you weren't the guy to help set up. Ron, like Ron Nancy pushed the guy. He goes, yeah. As long as that didn't happen. Yeah, you got on the roof. We didn't say if you'd stay there. That's the evil Time Lord. Tells you that. But yeah, on the roof. Oh shit. I mean, what a better way. There is no better way. I mean, it's too funny that they didn't think about that originally. It took that whole damn month to go, fuck it. We'll go upstairs on the roof in the late January where it's kind of cold. Nobody's going to fucking see us, but they'll hear us for a few blocks away at least.
Yeah.
I mean, if the stupid cops didn't come after 5 songs.
Did you see the one bit in the trailer where they're standing in the hallway to the roof and they're still not sure they're going to do it? And Lennon just looks at Paul and goes, "Oh, fuck it."
That's right. That's
up the stairs they go.
And in just 2 seconds, that's why you knew John was the leader of that damn thing no matter what.
Yep.
The toppermost to the poppermost. Where are we going? That's right. So fuck it. Up to the rooftop we go.
Yep.
And I'm glad they did.
I was spoiled.
Yeah, but
I
thought it wasn't really the cavern wall, or is it? Did they take those bricks and put them in the new cavern? I get so confused with this story. I get confused with the whole cavern thing. I still would probably go to Liverpool and go see that, but I'm like, is it real? Is it not real? How much of it's the property?
No, it's not. It's across the street from the old one.
Yeah, it's not the original.
See,
the old one is like a parking lot now or something. It's across the street.
That's what I thought I heard. I mean, I know Paul did that pop-up show, which I saw. What late night show was it? Late night host. I can't remember his damn name. But they showed people going to the jukebox to put a quarter in, and the fucking curtain goes and you said, I'm like, can you imagine being there?
That was a bar in Liverpool. Yeah, that British guy. I don't remember his name.
James Corden.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
He was so memorable.
I'm just fresh from watching it. I don't know about you guys, but I had to wait all day to see it.
I haven't seen it yet,
Wow.
so I've only seen clips on YouTube. People have been posting little 3-minute clips of it on YouTube.
No.
I don't have Disney Plus.
I'm surprised they're able to do that. The mouse hasn't taken him down yet, huh? See, that's what I'm surprised they're doing that, even 3 minutes.
Well, that's why I've been watching them, because I don't figure they'll be there very long.
Well, yeah, but they're posted by the Beatles.
We're gonna take
No. These aren't posted by the Beatles. These are posted by Johnny. They're just posted by some guy.
Hey, Johnny, you son of a bitch. I'll take him down.
He posted 9 of them.
Like,
This guy posted 9 of them. So I've seen the very end of episode 1, because that was one of the clips.
Kev says he started watching at 3:02 this morning.
That's when it started on the East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was
when I
trying to
got up
sleep.
at about 8 o'clock,
Maybe-
I thought for sure it would be up on the net somewhere, and it wasn't. And I went,
Yeah.
So then I went back to the book.
The Three Legs guys did a podcast right after they finished watching it, and Beans was there. He was still up. I was there. I was up all night, but I didn't watch it.
So
Well,
I read the book while I was waiting to see it, and dang, if I didn't know what was going to happen before I'd already seen it. And then it was only up until 4:30 our time, EST, that it becomes available. Oh, cool. So then supper came and all this sort of stuff, and I didn't even start watching until about 6:30 tonight. So I just finished it. So,
hey, Doc,
better
happy
late than never.
Thursday to you. What I tell you, just happy Thursday. Guys, I know you guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada, so happy Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. Thanksgiving parade in Detroit and all that kind of
Mine
fun
was
stuff.
mine was just yeah. The Beatles were. I could say the Beatles were probably my highlight. The Beatles were my highlight of my Thanksgiving day. Seriously, they honest to God, because we won't talk about how dinner was.
It wasn't very good, huh?
I only have myself to blame for that one. But
What
yeah,
did you
so
have,
cannot
cornflakes?
wait. I should have had cornflakes. But like I work tomorrow and Saturday, so part 2, part 3, I'm not going to be able to watch till Sunday and Monday.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. I at least I got to watch the beginning first, because what happened was my kid's the one that's got Disney Plus. He's subscribed to all of these things, and so he had an event to go to, but he wasn't supposed to go till 2 Central. He's gone by noon Central, and he was supposed to help set up on my smart TV his Disney Plus account. So I'm sitting here and I'm going, are you gone already? And he's like, yeah. And I'm going, I thought you, and then I thought, I'm like, wait a minute. I said, hey, can I get into it through your TV? Yes. So he tells me how to get in there, and lo and behold, pops right on up.
And
Yay.
it's free.
So
And it's free.
yeah. But yes, definitely worth it. I don't mean to sound like a commercial for the mouse, because he makes a lot of money already. But if you don't want to wait till April, yes, go get that Disney Plus for a month, and then you can kill it.
Mouse?
Oh, good. You're wearing a shirt on my image. I'll charge you again. Anywho, but yeah, so I can't say enough of it, and I know probably tons of other people have already said it's what I've said, and maybe even way more much. But that was a great way to start out the holiday weekend. That is all there is to it.
Yeah. Well, if
So
today
what
is any
other?
to go by, it's going to be tomorrow by late afternoon or early evening before I get to see part 2.
Mm.
And
So
3.
what other surprises do you think they're going to show up for the next 2 parts?
I don't know. I haven't got that far. I knew too much going into it.
Hey, you little book cheater. Mm.
I couldn't help it. The book came in. I couldn't watch it, so I went straight back to the book and read and read and read and read. By the time it came up to watch, I knew what I was going to see. So like, oh yeah,
Be
here's
honest,
the part
people,
when,
is
oh, here's the part when,
is the
oh,
book-
there goes George, you know.
Be honest.
But
is the book worth
I
getting?
did enjoy Mal Evans and his anvil.
I was glad to see Mal in there. I was.
Yeah.
I
He's
saw
been
that.
there a lot.
What was it, towards the back? Yeah, I saw slimy little Dick James in there. I'm going, what the holy hell are you doing in here? Now, well, no, seriously, let's talk about that for 2 seconds, because that was like the only thing that actually was interesting, because you guys know I like behind the curtain business shit. Why was he there, and why was he showing a list of song catalogs? Was that about the time that Dick James was talking about selling to was it ATV? Was that the time frame?
Because it's sort of like so who owns Northern
Yeah,
Song?
they were.
Harrison stuff was Harris songs, and what they could fool with.
Their contracts were coming up, so they were
I had it.
they were talking about that. I've read about that in a McCartney book, and according to the book I read, it's mostly John's fault that the Beatles songs got lost, and Paul's never talked about it, but there was a meeting after Let It Be and all this stuff, and there's been business meetings, and the Beatles had backers so that they could keep their songs. They had people that were going to participate in the negotiations and money people, and it was all set. The Beatles were going to keep ownership of their songs. And this meeting was dragging on and on and on and on. And all of a sudden, John gets up and stands up and just says, "You know what? This meeting is boring the crap out of me. I don't care anymore." And him and Yoko walk out. And when that happened, the Beatles lost their backers and they lost their catalog.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hudson's a bit drowsy. I think he's been watching TV too much today.
It's okay, Hudson, because I'm probably I know that I love this conversation we're having. Probably about another 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna shut it down though, because I gotta get up early in the morning. I gotta go back to the grind. But it's only for 2 days. So would you guys like to see some goofy records that I found earlier in the week?
Yeah!
Sure.
Go get some goofy records. Yeah.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but I'll show. Firstly, it's just a small pile of about 5 or 6.
Oh,
Nothing
that's good.
So let's see. Firstly, the only record that I got at an antique mall, but I've been looking for this for a while, but usually this damn thing's been high dollar. And I can't remember if I showed this in the last stream, so forgive me. I got it because there was the slightest warp. I mean, seriously, you almost don't even see it. For Joey Milan's 1983 solo album, After the Pearl. On Earth.
I have that.
I actually was looking for this thing for quite a while, but I could never find it under $20. And it was $6. I'm not even kidding you. You can't even detect the warp because he said warped. And I'm looking and I'm going, I don't see it much. So
unless it's a potato chip, I don't worry about that. Most records have a warp. I bought that when it came out. I don't think I've seen one since.
Yeah, I've only ever. This is like the third copy I've ever seen, probably in about 20 years. Okay, so.
Well, then you better grab it because it may not be found enough for another 20 years.
Well, that's why I got it. These other ones here, I paid $1 a piece at Goodwill. Couldn't screw that up. The Goodwill, there's 2 of them in my neighborhood. One is a lot better than the other. And the one that's a lot better than the other actually had some things for once because they've had the same stupid Library of Congress records and the Manavanis for forever. So when I saw right off the bat, we have a local station. It's a college station. It's been around since the 60s, and it was KUAF. Now, I don't, since I don't really care too much, I mean, I don't really like it when the radio station puts on their call letters, but I didn't have this Donnie Iris album. So, we're talking about Donnie Iris from Jaggers, and I'm not going to sing, but Aaliyah, which I love that fucking song, and Love is Like a Rock, if I remember correctly, is another one.
Those were 2 hits.
Gold Stamp. I know you can't probably see it really well, but I'm like, I don't think I've heard anything off of here. And I don't know. He's just one of those guys that should have got a little more love, honestly, out in the music world. Okay. Next little bit. I got some signed old school country albums. $1 a piece. I have got Johnny Cash's brother, Tommy Cash.
Signed by him.
Look on the back. Yeah. No name. It just says, and I know I can't see very well, but it says demonstration only, not for sale. But yeah. So I'm like, it's typical yellow label instead of a white label like it should be, but it's Tommy Cash, the American way of life, and it says farmer, truck driver, family man, lawyer, waitress, mailman, coal miner with his helmet on, entertainer. Hi, I'm Joe Cash, soldier and minister, friends. All right. So Tommy Cash, and then Hank Thompson moving on from 78.
Who?
Oh, excuse me, 74. I'm sorry?
Who is Hank
What did you say,
Thompson?
Doc?
Oh, the other one was a dollar.
Oh. Hank Thompson was around in Hank Thompson was a country artist that was on Capitol Records since the early 40s.
Yep.
Okay. He had a side band called the Baja River Boys or something like that. And some country artists came through there and cut teeth with his band. But needless to say, it says 1978, but he signed it in red on the back.
Oh, wow.
Buck, like I said, buck a piece. And then I found this really cool soul album, and it's a gatefold, 1970, from the Friends of Distinction. Love Can Make It Easier on RCA. And I really like these guys. They got a nice soulful sound. I know they're not trying to be Fifth Dimension, but I mean they do have some comparisons in sound a little bit.
That was after they were grazing in the grass.
It doesn't have that. That's why I bought it, because it doesn't have grazing in the grass. I have not.
Yeah, it's after they were grazing in the grass.
I never knew they made another album.
They made two more. They made another one after this for RCA. Go figure. I like this one. I may find that other one. Okay, so I just a side note for 2 seconds. I brought up Fifth Dimension, which I like Fifth Dimension, okay? There's not too many acts that can stick their own name in the song. Sing along with the Fifth Dimension. That is such a... But the song that's been an earworm for the last few days, and it's because I'm trying to write a pilot episode on something, is Up and Away. Just for some damn reason, that fucking song has been stuck in my head. And it's going to be like the closing credits. It's going to play over that because something bad happened. Yeah, I'm writing a dark parody is what I'm doing. So this last album, I couldn't believe I found a copy of this damn thing. And the truth goes, never released on cassette, never released on 8-track. And to my knowledge, because I looked this up, and unless maybe it was some other country got a hold of it, it never on CD. So here's the rock quiz class of the moment. Can anyone tell me about this 1979 album Highway by Sean Delaney on Casablanca Records? Who's Sean Delaney? Anybody have an idea?
He's huge in the Kiss world.
Yes.
What? I don't know exactly what. Wasn't he a Neil Bogart assistant or something? Or
Kev gets the gold star for the day. See, Sean Delaney was at one point or another, he was Bill Aucoin's boyfriend.
Oh, Bill Aucoin. Okay,
Aucoin
yeah.
was the manager of Kiss. Mm-hmm. But Sean Delaney, he was a songwriter, and he also choreographed Kiss from like 1974 to 76. Yeah, he was there at every, okay, well, here's the thing. So I read one of the Kiss books. So you're talking, 19 video, whatever's on video recording, okay? They would record the show, and since they were an opening act, the shows were short. They would all watch it together, and Sean would go, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know where the three guys interlock their legs and they sway together back and fro? That was Delaney. He came up with that. He came up with a handful of things that was in the stage act still. And on here, I love it. It says, dedicated to Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter. Now, the people that are on here, there is a handful of people on here that are interesting. Alan Schwartzberg, who was a big studio drummer, he would drum on some of the what I would call the Hendrix ripoff records of the mid 70s. He drummed on some of that. He drummed on I from The Elder for Kiss, so he was on that. He was on a bunch of different things. Elliot Randall is on here playing guitar, and Jeff Skunk Baxter, both from the Steely Dan world and other places. So, and this is a quite interesting, in my opinion, Paul Schaefer. Paul Schaefer's on here all over the place.
He was connected to Casablanca somehow. In the late 70s.
You're correct. You're correct, Tim. You're correct.
Because
it's just
he did an album with, I forget his name, the guy that did BJ and the Bear. They did an album together. I have it.
Greg Evigan?
Greg Evigan?
Yeah. Him and Greg Evigan were in a TV show together. And they did an album. No. They did an album. And I can't find it right now because it's filed, I think, under the name of the show, and I can't remember the name of the show.
Oh God,
BJ and the Bear.
I want to get
BJ and the Bear.
I want to get the book. Yeah, there's a book.
No, it was
on
after
Casablanca.
BJ and the Bears.
Oh.
And he also produced the Weather Girls, who I think may have been on Casablanca as well.
Really? Now that I did not know.
Yeah, Paul Schaefer.
Goes about
It's Raining Men. Paul Schaefer produced that.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
This supposedly was made to massage Sean's ego. Neil Bogart cut a deal because something happened where Sean wasn't credited on one or two Kiss songs as a co-writer, and he produced Gene Simmons' solo album, and he worked on Peter's solo album a little bit, and he didn't supposedly get credit on shit either. So instead, this was the all right, fine, you get an album. Some of it's all right. Like the first one, Welcome to the Circus, is a little odd. It's on YouTube, by the way, guys, if you want to go listen to some odd stuff, because it is odd.
Yeah, I never knew he put out an album.
Tim, go look under My Two Dads.
What is it?
Three Sides of the Coin is what turned me on to knowing about that.
No,
My Two Dads.
No, it's A Year at the Top.
You're at the top.
Brandvold is a tool.
You're at the
I don't think I filed it under that. I don't know where it is. It might be under Evigan. It might be under Schaefer. They might have called themselves something. But there's an album that's a soundtrack of that show, and I have it. It's horrible. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Okay. Like I said, Casablanca itself is a strange ass label, and I think I might have showed a long time ago in one of my autographed album episodes when originally Neil Bogart wanted to call it Emerald City Records, but he was told that MGM or Harold Ball. Oh, there you go. Okay, hold on a minute. Shit. Of course you get. Okay. Wait a minute. Here, I'll show this. Hey. I still have this.
I thought now we're showing monkeys now.
Okay, now I'll show the Partridge Family. I'll just be out of step with everybody.
Fine. Wait a minute, bastards. Oh, piss shit. Fine. I'll go Badfinger. That's fine.
Ooh.
This is like a VC pissing match. Oh, man.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go look for that record for a second.
There we go. Yeah.
I can't find it.
There we go.
In a second, I'll come right back.
You get bonus points. Kev.
For the vinyl.
Those albums. Yes, I love those albums.
Mm-hmm.
I have every Badfinger vinyl American except for one. I am looking for, and yeah, I know it was cleaned up and the legality is questionable, but I need a copy because they made it on, it was either clear vinyl, I think it was, Rika disc, Day After Day, the Cleveland Agora show. I need that on vinyl. I'm not worried so much now that I got the Real Gone stuff with the bonus tracks, but that So Fine double album record store day, sure, if I came across it at a reasonable price, I'd grab it. But I heard it's ridiculous on the internet, and I ain't playing games. Everybody can keep their high price on that. I won't do it. Well, 2.5 weeks from now, Bobcat Goldthwait. Yes, Bobcat. I'm gonna. I know damn well I'll have this damn thing signed by the end of that night. He'll go. Where the fuck did you get that? I can't do a Bobcat. That almost sounded like Brian Johnson with. But yeah.
Yeah, that was more like Jim Brewer's Brian Johnson impression.
Put your left foot as everyone runs away on the broadcast. I'm like, oh fuck. I was hoping Brewer was going to do that when I saw him this summer. He didn't, but I did tell him I loved it. When I met him, I'm like, God, I love that bit. I'll always love that bit.
I'm sure he gets more comments about that than he does about pretty much everything he's ever done, you know?
I'm not lying to you. He probably was the nicest stand-up I've met so far. Was him. Seriously. Out of everybody I've met so far was Brewer.
The only stand-up guy I ever met was Dave Attell. And he was pretty nice too.
Okay, I've heard of him. I think he did a movie or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 comedy movies? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing him on Comedy Central or something.
Yeah, he had a show called Insomniac years ago.
That's it. What you got, Tim?
Nothing. I have no idea what it's filed under. No, it's lost in the collection somewhere.
You'll be taking apart over
lost in the
tomorrow.
They might have called themselves something. And if they did, I don't know what it is. I just looked in soundtracks. That's where I just went. I didn't see it there.
How about After Midnight?
That would be a label to collect if you think about it, because there was all kinds of different types of music on there. But I remember, I think there's a book on Casablanca, and I want to get it. But one of the things, when I met Ed McMahon, Tonight Show Ed McMahon, back in 2007, nice guy. Me and my buddy had the same 2 albums he was on, and I knew you guys are going, Ed McMahon made records? Yeah, somebody thought that he could sing. And in the mid-'60s, he put an album out on Cameo Parkway. Yes, I dare you to go listen to his version of Georgie Girl. I double dog dare you. Go ahead.
I have a 45 by
I'll lose all my friends. And so I had that album, and I had the double album, Greatest Bits from the Tonight Show, which was from 1974 on Casablanca. Came with a timeline poster. It was really wonderfully done. But Neil Bogart's like, everyone loves Johnny. Everyone loves the Tonight Show. This thing's going to sell like gang. But you think he would have learned his mistakes. He sent out 500,000, I remember correctly. 500,000 copies. He pushed them out to all the people. 80% of them came back as returns. He goes, they fuck me.
They said that album almost completely destroyed the label, you know?
Yep. And if it wasn't for Kiss Alive, and that saved the label's ass, was Kiss. Yeah, that's right, guys. And so, I mean, okay, so you got the Ed McMahon Horrible Experiment. You got Kiss. You got Donna Summer. You've got Village People. You have P-Funk. You have
the Hudson Brothers
Broder,
were on
right?
Casablanca.
Who?
The Hudson
Brothers.
Fuck, not the Hudson Brothers. I tried to forget the Hudson Brothers.
I remember that Saturday show
Well, it was a Saturday show, right? The Hudson Brothers and that emu.
Yeah,
would
but
go. I'm like,
had a hit.
What is this?
They had a hit.
That's right, a hit.
So
and look at all the great work that Mark did with Ringo. You know, come on.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing that saves his ass is that work with Ringo.
Here,
And I'm kind of curious about that. Whatever happened to those two? Is there an explanation for that? As to why
I don't know what the falling out
anymore?
was. No, I don't know. Something must have happened.
Yeah, he was on a couple things. Yeah. I like trying to think. The first album I think he was on was "Time Takes Time," right? And I like that record.
I think so. Yeah,
I really, really do. The
there he got it. The complete series. That's hardcore. If you own the complete series of that. Flowers and Madam.
Family, gentlemen. Greg, it was good to have you. Thank you.
Don't you dare diss the Hudsons.
Oh my God! I was watching.
Here's a couple of interesting records. Anybody remember who this guy is?
Let me make you big. Yes, I think.
Bob McAllister, Wonderama.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I for 2 seconds I got my Bob's confused with the dude on Sesame Street. I've heard of Wonderama, but I don't know if I ever saw it.
I think it was mainly an East Coast thing. But
it looks like
here's the one.
What the hell? What is that?
Does that have a Fly Pretty Baby on it, or what was it called? Fly Little Baby or Pretty Baby?
Oh God, no! Is that who did that?
Yeah,
I hate that song.
But you know who these guys are?
Yeah,
long lost relatives behind you. Because that's what they look like.
Well, they were on the Partridge Family, but they are Andy Williams' nephews.
Oh boy!
And that's how they got a record deal.
They were on the Partridge Family. I must have missed that day watching it.
And they're Andy Williams' nephews. Okay, you can make me small.
Okie dokie. See, here in Psycho's Platters, we learn things.
I found that at a thrift store, and I freaked out that day. I'm like, holy crap.
$1.
Okay.
29 cents.
Since I did.
No, I was going to say Tim always gets some 29 cents.
Yeah, 29 cents.
As Doc would say, bargoon. Now we're up to 70 cents. Anyway, that's why I called this the Golden Turkey Trot edition today, because that was a few golden turkeys right there. I remember reading some story, speaking of Partridge Family. What was it? Tower Records in Cali. I can't when that Danny Bonaducci on Lion came out. No, it was Rhino. Rhino in the day was doing this. They had a shit ton of that album, and they were paying people to take the album. And they're like, here, take it. We'll give you $1. We'll give you $1.
I wish I was there. I'd taken 5 of them because that thing goes for at least 50 these days. So.
I've never seen a copy.
All they could hand me. Just
never
fill
seen
me up.
one. Never seen one.
I have neither. I've looked for. I had the 45 in a picture sleeve, but I don't have the album.
I think I remember you showing us that in one of your streams once. I remember that.
I may have. It's horrible. It's one of the most horrible songs I've ever heard. It's just horrible.
I mean, I was like, I went to a honey hole in Missouri for records, and I just remember I was looking through these bookshelves of records and coming across that thick. It was Partridge Family, David Cassidy solo stuff. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, holy shit. So I grabbed, what was it? What was the one I got from I got the best of, but I gave it to a friend. It was an English Bell import. I'm like, because it didn't feel right. I'm going, wait a minute. And I'm like, oh, it's an English. And I took that and Crossword Puzzle. Am I right? Crossword Puzzle. Yeah. I got that. And then I snagged the mid-70s RCA David Cassidy stuff. The only one that wasn't in there, and I was pissed off because I wanted the David Cassidy Mick Ronson.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear that.
Yeah, I bet that was wild.
Hey.
It's Ron.
Ronson. And you know what? It's some of those mid-70s David albums aren't great, but they're not total shit. It was kind of funny. He worked with Jerry Beckley from America, Carl Wilson from Chicago. I'm like, there was some good soft rock hitters on the thing. You know, one that they were on, that was a pleasant sounding album. Like I said, I want to hear that quote harder rock David Cassidy album that he always wanted to do and nobody bought.
Yeah, they wouldn't let
because I get weird like that. That's why for a golden turkey, I found for $1, and I can't remember whose stream they brought this up, but for $1 at a Goodwill, I found Sean Cassidy's Wasp. And I was looking for this thing for years.
That has been, I have never seen a proper copy of that. I have a test pressing.
Didn't give it to my friend Tim Smith, I would show it to you. But I gave it to him after listening to it.
I have a test pressing. No cover. A two-sheet thing and explaining what it is, blah, blah, blah. It's got all the paperwork and everything. It's just a plain white sleeve. And so I have the album, but it was the first thing I ever bought on eBay. My very first eBay purchase ever was Sean Cassidy's Wasp. It was $10, which at the time I thought was kind of a lot of money. But I'm like, I'm never going to see another one. So I bought it.
I didn't even know they did that.
And I have
you did damn good.
Yeah. We'll get Robert P to make you a cover.
Yeah, look, he can print you out the cover.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about that album, even today.
Wasp just got re-released for the first time ever last record store day, I think it was.
You're shitting me.
No, it's the first time it's ever
I believe it did. Yeah.
It's the very first time it's ever been re-released since its initial pressing.
I like Ron's.
It's the Lost Todd Rundgren album, is what it is.
That's right. That's right. Black Lawless, if you're watching, which I know you're not, put out an album called Sean Cassidy.
But I mean,
could you imagine a version of GG?
Could you imagine? Yeah.
To Ron, Taya Wasp takes that.
If you're a Todd Rundgren fan, you need that album. I mean, it's the Lost Todd Rundgren album.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Sean Cassidy's barely on it, really. It's a Todd Rundgren album with Sean Cassidy on some of the vocals.
He might go ooh.
I don't give a shit when anybody says Todd's underrated. That man he had his hands on a lot of work. And I'm glad.
He's better as a producer than as a performer, I think.
Well, like that early Nas stuff. I mean, that Nas stuff is great.
Oh yeah. God. I am still looking for Nas 2 and Nas 3. I have an original Nas, and I got a Rhino Nas 2 red vinyl, but I've never come across copies of 2 or 3 real ones. I would love to find a copy of both of those records. And I know Naz 3 was a little bit sketchy, but I want it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have 2. I might just have a Rhino copy of 3. I can't remember. I might have 2 copies of 2, actually.
Yeah, well, pretty much 3 was like leftover sessions from 2, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And the thing about 2, find one on black vinyl. That's hard.
Oh, black.
Yeah, it's like Elvis's Moody Blue.
Most of them were red, but it was pressed on black too. But it's just very uncommon.
That's like Elvis trying to find Moody Blue on black vinyl. I mean, that's rare. I mean, the blue's all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love how you go to these antique malls and they've got it on the wall for $75 and blue vinyl. It's on blue vinyl. I can tell you, dude, they all were. 95% of them were. So, you know.
Ron says, love the Utopia stuff. You're damn right. Utopia was.
But he was a great producer, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
New York Dolls.
Okay, some of them. Yes.
Xtc Skylarking and Meatloaf.
Now, you see, I'm not going to lie. I haven't gotten into Xtc yet. I know a few people have talked about Xtc. I just have not had a chance to listen.
Skylarking. Start with Skylarking. It's my favorite album of the 80s. From the 80s. Period. Skylarking is my favorite album from the 80s.
Okie dokie.
There we go.
Here we go. All right.
Oh,
damn.
It's a grail. It's a holy grail.
$90. $90 right there.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Pete O'Brien paid top dollar for that.
Oh, God. But yeah, so the Badfinger album, the 2 Grand Funk ones he did, Tube's Remote Control. I love that album. I do. I'm a big Tubes fan, but it was like really the last album, in my opinion, before the Tubes started to go radio friendly. And I love it. Todd produced that whole damn album because you can hear it on every damn track. I still say that a good hard rock band could cover TV is King and make it a hit because it's just that good. It should have been a hit and it wasn't. Primetime is good too. There's a few other ones on there, but yeah, I love the stuff Todd's been on, for productions.
And then there's Meatloaf.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can't
Meatloaf.
fault him for that. I mean, it's one of the biggest selling albums in the history of the world.
Oh, and the production is amazing on that.
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah,
I can't get past the songs,
I love that album.
No, it's just, Jim Stein.
My favorite song. I mean, I love Bad Out of Hell, but my favorite song off of there, believe it or not, to me anyway, I mean, it almost smacks a little bit like production, just a little bit. You took the words right out of my mouth. That's like my favorite song off that whole album, seriously. That whole album was constructed and crafted very well.
He produced a fairly poor Cheap Trick album.
Yes.
Again, not his fault.
I have not heard that album. I haven't. He
produced Next Position, Please. Isn't that the one?
Yeah, Next Position, Please. Yeah.
First New York Dolls album. Gotta,
Yeah.
I do like that album. I do like the Dolls' first album. The second one,
although
not so much.
There's something with the first New York Dolls album, though. It's sonically, it's not good. I don't know what the deal is. It's not a great listen. It's fine. It just doesn't. It's not bright. It's not bright at all. It's a very dead sounding album.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, guys, I'm going to have to cut this. But I'm glad to. You know what? Thank you guys for coming on up here for a little while and leveling out my very weird. I would love to tell you that it was the tryptamine and the turkey that made me do. But no, it wasn't. It was mostly fueled by this and whatever. But I love you guys. I really, really do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, if I had one. But see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what streams are supposed to be about, is talking about the love of music, the growth, the personal growth of everybody, and we turn on other people. So let me ask real quick before I head off of here. I'm not going. Yeah, you and that Hudson Brothers, you bastard. Get that.
You're jealous, aren't you? You're jealous.
And I want to cook the fucking emu and eat them.
$2.
How that Liverpool guy has to deal with the emu.
$2.
And how do they taste good? Barbecue or a spit roast? I wonder. So I have not looked at the RSD lists. I'm not going to. What I heard wasn't that great. Are you guys going? And if you are, what are you looking for?
I'm skipping this year.
There's nothing
this
for
time.
me.
There's two things I'm in. There's Dusty Springfield live at the BBC. I am interested in that. And there's a 2-record set of compilation by the Shangri-Las, which is probably the most comprehensive that's ever been out on vinyl. I'm interested in that too. And there was something else I can't even remember, but I'm not interested enough to deal with Record Store Day though.
Right.
For those.
I didn't know they were doing Shangri-La's comp. I love that girl group stuff. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll have to look this weekend.
As far as I know, there's only ever been a 1 LP comp on the Shangri-Las before, and this is a 2 LP comp, probably on colored vinyl. I don't remember, but those are the two. I may have to get that. That struck me the most.
Let's see.
I mean, I don't know. And
Ron says
so much.
There's going to be some.
The Dave Davies live would have been good, but that's delayed along with 40% of the other titles. That's not helping anything.
That also surprised me. Yeah, that
just
was a downer.
Not worth getting up for.
No.
Well, that's because they print. They had to print like 500,000 copies of Adele's album. Adele's new album.
Oh yeah. You go and walk into Walmart.
Like they did. They printed.
You've got 100 copies a store.
They printed 500,000 vinyl copies of Adele's new album.
Yeah, I know.
So everything else just gets like
that's rough. Adele.
It's ridiculous.
Never got into. I don't get it. I guess that's how I know I'm old. There's not a lot of music audio I like and new stuff. Okay. There just isn't. There isn't. And I say it before and again, more power to you guys that bought ABBA Voyager. I
did.
I'm just not a big ABBA fan, but a lot of people were excited about it, and I don't blame them. 40 years. You're pointing to Doc. Tim said
I'm not a big ABBA fan either. It just made me happy that they did it. So I wanted it. And I like it. I think it's as good as anything else they've done.
That's good. That's the reaction they expected. And you made you feel good. That's how I felt for Monkey's Good. So everybody's got their moments. It's like, 40 years. It was like a cold day in hell. Nobody expected it, right? The last thing
Doc's tacos are overheated now.
Yes.
2 songs
I
for
had
some
Christmas
special VR Christmas special. And this album comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, holy shit, ABBA put out a whole album. That even surprised me, this guy. And I'm not a big ABBA fan, but I'm like, I knew immediately, I'm like, there's going to be a ton of people buying this thing. Did it go to number 1?
2.
Not in America, but it went to number 1 in 19 countries. So good for them.
It came on at 2 in America, and the next week it dropped to 27.
Yeah. Nothing can stop.
That's weird.
Well, that's how our charts are now. But
it'll be off
the world aren't like that.
Yeah, it'll be like McCartney 3 debuted at number 2 and was off the charts after 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But there's no
I thought it had a bad cover. They should have done the Target cover was so much better than the regular cover.
I'll tell you what, though, that would have made a great EP.
A lot of records would have, yeah.
I love pissing people off with that comment. I have. But it made a better EP than the last one.
Yeah, I've used that a lot of times. I said, that, like Psycho said, it would have made a great EP.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember when the last time I was excited about any of my favorite bands getting into the top 10. Because ever since 2000, let's say ever since maybe the mid 2000s, it's been a battle for any favorite band that's been around a long time to get in there. And I just remember, when Van Halen Different Kind of Truth came out, parts of it were a damn good album, even though I missed Mike Anthony. Part of it was a damn good album. The other part, not so much. But the point of the matter is there was a big push to try to get that damn Van Halen album to number 1. That was in 2012, if I remember right. So you're talking almost 10 years ago. And guess who kept them off? Here we go. Guess who kept them off the charts at number 1? We just
was it Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift?
Adele.
Oh,
in 2012. And I'm going, what holy hell? And I'm like, this don't sound right. And then what was it? When let's see, Monkey's chart, but they go into the top station.
No, the Good Times is number 14.
Yes, thank you. I knew it was in the top 20. I just knew it wasn't in the top 10. But yeah, Egypt Station got to number 1, and that record's okay too, but it's not a great album. Is it McCartney?
I like McCartney 3 better than Egypt Station.
I like Egypt Station better than 3. But New was fantastic. New was great.
New was way better. He's just trying to sound too modern, too new. I like McCartney 3 because he doesn't have producers. He's just doing what McCartney does. And for me, that's better. It's not slick.
Tim, you hit it on the head. You did, because that's right. He's trying to be too relevant, and that's the problem.
Yeah. And McCartney 3, he just recorded an album. But then he goes and does McCartney 3 reimagined to try to be relevant. So he kind of spoiled that,
and that's the problem. Yeah. That's the problem.
Lisa.
Happy Thanksgiving, Lisa.
Hey, Tom.
Elbow.
Nobody cares about Get Back, Tom. I'm just kidding. Just a joke.
Tom, we were talking about it earlier.
Just a joke.
But so guys, like I said, I know I apologize to some of the peanut gallery that came late to the game here. I'm about ready to wrap this up. I know I said that about 20 minutes ago. But I want to thank, of course, Tim, Kev, Doc, and Hudson, who was on here for a little bit, for being up here in the studio audience. My ton of people. Yes, that's right. Show your Williams. That'll be a thread for Tim. And show your Williams twin albums. And for Doc, it'll be show your Hudson.
Yeah, I should do that.
Record.
That's a good thread. Show your Williams twin album.
I look like Timmy. That's not Tim Allen, but Timmy from Southwood. I give up. So, and no, I'm not making fun of cripples. I just can't do gang sides really well. West Side, I don't know. Fuck it. As Lennon
I just can't figure out my left from right on this freaking.
Yeah, I can't either.
They should have the Bozo electronic arrows like they did when I was a kid. They go like this. Just move it around.
It's like, take it away, Doc. It's there you go.
Left.
Or the old Stooges routine. All right, at the count of 3, point to your right. And then And then Mo just goes, slaps everybody. By the way, Senguli this Saturday, one that I've never seen, and it's probably extra hokey. Devil's Reign. I think it's from the early 70s. It's got Ernest Borgnine and William Shatner. How about that for it? I gotta watch it. It's gonna be horrible.
Isn't John Travolta in that one?
It's great to see
Yes,
Shatner
and he's in
working.
a plastic bubble. He's in a plastic bubble in a greaser jacket. And he yells up your nose with a rubber hose. See, he just takes all of it up there.
And the soundtrack was done by the Bee Gees.
Yeah. Don't touch my hair. I just fixed my hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God. I love you guys. All right. So everybody have yourself a great rest of the weekend. I might be back on Sunday. I think I'm going to try to be on Sunday. But until then, everybody take care. God bless. Rock on. And even though I feel a little bit depressed, she says she's not going to watch these streams. I don't know why, but I love you, Goth Angel, and I miss you, Goth Angel. And I'm not going to explain why. Something happened behind the scenes. That's all I'm going to say. But I love you, Goth Angel. Miss you, Goth Angel. I can't wait for you to be here. Everyone, have a happy Turkey Day. Go watch your Get Back if you care to. And make sure you save some leftovers.
4 hours, part 2.
Your fridge. That's right. That's right. And go get the book. Yes. It'll be fine reading. All right.
Bye, Crew World.
See you guys.
So long, people.